Hello, third grade Eagles. Mrs. Ryan here. Today we are going to update our vocab card. So before we can get started on our activity, we need to update our vocab card. So get yours out. Mine are orange. Yours might be orange, maybe a different color. Doesn't matter. But get out your vocab set. Okay? While you're doing that, I also have a pencil, of course. I'm going to flip the camera around. We are going to start talking about how to organize our numbers or our digits by their attributes. Let me flip it again. All right, so let's go through this booger right here. Hopefully our name's on the front. We already completed our basic multiplication facts, right? All numbers, any multiplication combinations between 0 and 9. Arrays, we know what arrays are. The commutative property, we'll spend more time on properties during one of our last lessons, actually. Attributes. So we are going to be using the characteristics or the properties of numbers in order to organize them. So we're going to be talking about attributes a lot today. Factors. And then we did prime and we did composite already. We did multiples. There we are, Venn diagram. So that's what we need to fill out. So I'm going to scroll on our screen to get to Venn diagram. Move this right here. Maybe I can make this a little smaller. There we go. Okay, so Venn diagram is a method of showing relationships between sets. So a method of showing relationships between sets. And now, of course, we need an example. So I'm going to draw a Venn diagram here. I'm going to say these are odd numbers. I'm going to say these are even numbers. Here, I'll try to make this a little bigger for you if you want to see my example. Odd numbers, even numbers. So I'm just going to put a few examples in each. So odd numbers would be like, 1, 3. And then even numbers could be 2, 4. I guess I could put another one number in there, 7. There's not going to be anything in the middle, right? Because there isn't a number that's both odd and even. So this section is just going to be empty. That section right there is called the intersection, but we'll get to that in a minute. When there's a Venn diagram and there's nothing in the middle, that's actually called a disjoint set because they're not jointed together. They're disjointed. Think about if you dislocate your shoulder, right? If you dislocate your shoulder's bone is not attached to the rest of your body. So disjoint means that it's not jointed. It's not together. So this would be a disjoint set. Let's go ahead and fill that in. Here we go, disjoint set. Sets that have no members in common. Sets of number, that's a typo. It should say sets of numbers that have no members in common. Have no members in common. I guess we could just put that one again, even and odd as an example. Or we could do, no, don't do that. Because we already put that example. Let's put a different example. How about prime and composite? So prime numbers and composite numbers. Because there isn't a number that's going to be both prime and composite, right? There's not going to be anything in the middle of that kind of Venn diagram. They're separate. A number is either prime or it's composite. I guess if it's the number 1, it would be neither. All right. Hoping you're finished with that. You can always hit pause if you need more time. Finally, our last one is intersection. Intersection. All right. This is a set of numbers or things. It doesn't have to be numbers. You can use Venn diagrams for anything, such as language arts. You can compare and contrast characters in a book you're reading or something. But we're just using ours with math. So it's a set of numbers or things that 2 or more sets have in common. So here we have an example. Let's go ahead and use this example on our card. So we have a Venn diagram here. And then one side are even numbers. And one side are multiples of 3. So let's see. Even numbers could be 2, 4. Now 6 is going to go in the middle, right? Because 6 is even and it's a multiple of 3. But we definitely need something over here because it looks really empty. So we can always put 3. 3 is a multiple of 3. 9 is a multiple of 3. We always want to try to put something in each section. Also, let's label the intersection the middle. So let's go ahead and put an arrow right there. So, well, I covered up my 6, but there we go. That way we know that this right here is the intersection. Cool beans. After that, I think we did even already, odd, square number, identity property, and then we're not going to do these for a couple more weeks. So you should have about 5 empty ones. All right. If you have more than that are empty, you just missed one from maybe you were absent or something. So you can ask a friend to help get those filled out. All right. Those are all the cards that we're filling in today. Now that you have completed this, move on to the next part of the day's activity. All right. Bye, everyone.